this, I shall be victorious! Cyber Dragon Infinity arrives! It's over for you.
Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.
So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Zamorax when here. Happy Thursday! Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. In today's video, I am coming at you guys with the brand new Cyber Dragon OTK Fusion deck for the brand new 2021 format. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before we get started this video, don't forget to that thumbs up button for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh videos, man. And guys, I just want to make a quick announcement before we get started with this deck profile. I just want to let you guys know that to save the day, tomorrow, April 2nd, at 6 p.m. PST, that is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be dropping my second line of Yu-Gi-Oh deck boxes. This is the double TX1 deck box. Only 200 of these will ever be released. And last time, as you guys know, when I dropped my first line of deck box, you guys went ham. You guys literally made it sold out in 10 minutes, all right? And a lot of you guys complained that only 100 was available, but this time I decided to, just make it a little bit more. So make sure you guys save the date at ImperiumDuelist.com. I partner with them once again to make you guys this very awesome double deck box. You guys see the inside, looks absolutely gorgeous. You guys see the Team Zamorax one signal in there. Double deck box, can hold up to 150 plus cards, sleeved. Amazing, guys, all right? So save the date, 6 p.m. PST, now it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, all right, April 2nd. The links will be in the description box below. All right, guys, don't waste any more of your time. Without further ado, let's start with the brand new Cyber Dragon deck profile for the 2021 format. All right, guys, let's do it. All right, guys, so first and foremost, we're gonna play, of course, 3 copies of the main man himself, Triple Cyber Dragon. This card is absolutely phenomenal. Really good card while going second. In this format, Cyber Dragon becomes really, really good because Zeus is a machine. So if you special summon Cyber Dragon against a Zeus, okay, your opponent is automatically forced to use Zeus's effect, because if they don't use Zeus's effect, you can actually contact fuse with Cyber Dragon against your opponent's Zeus. So Cyber Dragon becomes absolutely important, and it's a free special summon while going second. So this card is absolutely insane. It's triple copies of Cyber Dragon. Obviously the best starter card in the entire deck. I'll play the entire deck with only core if I could, but triple copies of Cyber Dragon core. This card is absolutely insane. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 Cyber Spell trap card directly from your deck to your hand. And while this card is in the graveyard, while you control no monsters and your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Cyber Dragon monster directly from your deck. And it's also a really great machine duplication target because its name is treated as Cyber Dragon while face up on the field or the graveyard. So Cyber Dragon core, absolutely amazing. Card is so good. Next, we're going to play triple copies of Cyber Dragon Hurst. This card is absolutely phenomenal. Whenever this card is sent to the graveyard, you basically get to add a Cyber Dragon directly from a graveyard or deck to your hand. So if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can easily add core from your graveyard to your hand because core is treated as Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. So Hurst is a really great toolbox card for the deck. Absolutely mandatory to play at 3. And this card is also really important for machine duplication because of your OTK combos. Triple copies of Hurst, absolutely mandatory to play in your deck. Next off, of course, double copies of Naxter. Card's really good. It helps you bring back Cyber Dragon from the graveyard. Free special summon, which is really great. It brings back Cyber Dragon Nova, Cyber Dragon Infinity. Naxter is just really great to extend your combo plays by bringing monsters back from the graveyard to your side of the field, which is really, really good. So double copies of Naxter. Next, you'll play double copies of Galaxy Soldier. This is also one of the cards that helps you get access to Cyber Dragon Infinity and also Cyber Dragon Nova, which is absolutely important. And Repair Plan can search this card directly from your deck to your hand, which is actually really, really good. So double copies of Galaxy Soldier. And that's pretty much it for your main Cyber Dragon archetype monsters. Let's go on to the spells. For the spells, very standard. Triple copies of Machine Duplication. This card is insane. So drawing Machine Duplication and Core already guarantees you that you're going to be able to play through in the Beeru, which is absolutely insane. So this card is so good. You resolve this card, you're 99% going to win the duel. Next time, we'll play, of course, triple copies of Cyber Emergency. This card is absolutely insane. Search any of your Cyber Dragon monster directly from your deck to your hand. And if it happens to get negated, you can basically discard a card to add this card back to your hand so you can activate it again, which is actually really good. So remember, don't negate Emergency. Always use Ash on Emergency. Don't use any other cards like, let's say, Solemn Judgment or anything like that on Emergency because it's completely useless. So Emergency is nice. Next, we're gonna play the one Cyber Repair Plant. This card is absolutely insane. Searches any of your Cyber Dragon monsters directly from your deck to your hand, and most importantly, searches your Galaxy Soldier. And if you are having a hard time outing cards like Dragoon, you can easily search Jizuku directly from your deck to your hand. So Repair Plant is very nice. And the one Rev System, I know you see he's not a big fan of this card, but I felt like with the current version that we're playing, Core becomes a one card Dragoon. So Core search Rev System, make Amaraj Reborn back with Rev, make Verde Anaconda. That's pretty much your one card Dragoon, right? Which is absolutely insane. So Rev System just becomes super duper nice in this deck right here. Next off for your fusion spells, the one Overload Fusion. Finally got my LT first. And of course the one Cyberload Fusion to run off for all the fusion spell cards that we're playing in the deck when it comes to Cyber Dragons. And the last card that we're playing for Cyber Dragons is of course the one Cybernetic Overflow. With the way the deck is built right now, we actually have a better chance of actually going first. Our going first isn't that bad. You still want to blind going second, but getting access to Overflow while going first to give you additional like 3, 4, 5 disruptions is just absolutely insane. So Overflow is such a great card in this deck, and it's an easy card to access off Core. So you still got to play the Overflow, which is really, really important. So one Overflow. Next off are the cards that you should be playing going second. And these cards, you can play whatever you guys would like, depending on personal preference or play style, right? But for this format, since this deck is a go second based deck, I'm playing triple combis in the Beeru. This card is absolutely insane. One of the best cards in today's format. Really great against Dragon Link, which is obviously the best deck in today's metagame. The Beeru becomes really good. And against combo-based decks, the Beeru becomes really, really broken. So triple copies of Beeru, absolutely mandatory to play in the deck. Next off, of course, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. One of the most generic hand traps in today's metagame. Obviously really, really good. In this deck, I like to play blowout card since VFD doesn't exist anymore. So cards like the Beeru is really, really good. Ash Blossom is just a really good generic hand trap, which basically hits everything, right? So Ash is just really great, playing 3 copies of that. And next, of course, the one-ofs, the one Dino Wrestler Pankratops, and also the Jizuku right here. Jizuku is really great. If you have a hard time outing Dragoon, if your opponent doesn't negate the Repair Plan, you can easily search this card directly from your deck to your hand, and then you can just Jizuku over your opponent's Dragoon, which is really, really good. Pankratops is amazing. It's great 2-for-1 spot removal, especially against X Pendulums. You can special summon this card, run over the Jacko, and then activates the effect to pop another card, which is absolutely insane. So Pankratops becomes really good in this deck. This card is basically like a god card for Cyber Dragons. Like Pankratops is just so good right here. Next off, of course, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet. I like this card for Cyber Dragons. You ditch Hers, get a search, which is really good, get so much value off Hers, and this deck just relies on like 1-2 card to combo off anyways. So Droplets becomes really good, especially if you need to negate multiple effect monsters on the field, right? So Droplets is really good, and discarding cards like Hers to the graveyard, or even Core to the graveyard to activate their abilities is just ridiculous while you have no monsters on the field, right? So there's a lot of value to be gained off with Droplet, especially in Cyber Dragons. And last but not least, I'm playing 2 copies of Lightning Storm right here. The reason I'm playing 2 is because I don't have 3. And Lightning Storm becomes better in this format now is because board breaker cards are important. So board breaker cards in this deck are cards like, Lightning Storm, cards, you got cards like Pankratops, cards like Droplet, and very high impact cards are cards like, of course, Nibiru. I believe these cards are absolutely necessary to play in the deck, and Lightning Storm becomes really good because VFD doesn't exist anymore, so board breaker cards becomes really great in today's metagame. So Lightning Storm is great, Nibiru is great. I feel like this lineup is just absolutely perfect. If I had a third Lightning Storm, I would definitely play 3 copies of Lightning Storm. I think this card is really good, especially getting rid of back rows, and it also baits on the gates, which is really, really nice. And also at the same time, like, against those trap heavy decks like Eldritch, like Lightning Storm becomes super duper handy. And yeah, like Lightning Storm is just really good in this format, in my personal opinion. If you guys don't want to play cards in the Beeru, you can substitute this card for cards like maybe Drone Lockbird, or you can play cards like Artifact Lancia. If you guys are like, there are so many different options and different routes you guys can take when it comes to building Cyber Dragons, but I feel like these are just the most generic and most, high impact meta cards that you should be playing in this deck, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it for like your staple going second cards. And for utility, I like playing, of course, the one Red Eyes Black Dragon, Dark Magician, and of course Red Eyes Fusion. I believe like this deck has gotten a lot better when you have access to Red Eyes Fusion. Making Verde Anaconda to either get access to Rampage or Red Eyes Fusion is absolutely insane. And by playing, of course, Red Eyes Fusion, and of course by playing this package right here, you have an easier time on actually OTKing your opponent while going second, and it makes your going first matchup much easier. Usually you're able to end on like with Infinity and like an Overflow, but now you end on with Overflow, Infinity, and also with Dragoon. Which is absolutely insane. So I definitely recommend you guys on playing this. I feel like it's just super duper good, and it's one of the cards that actually helps you play through the Beeru, and I'll explain to you guys that throughout the combo segment of this video. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. I felt like the main deck is just absolutely perfect. So off to the extra deck real quick, I'm gonna play, of course, the one copy of Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder. This card is really good. If you need to easily wipe boards, you can go Nova and then go into Zeus during main phase 2 to clear your opponent's board, which is really nice. This card isn't mandatory, but it's good to have access to in the extra deck. Of course, the double copies of the man himself, double copies Infinity, card's insane, and then last but not least for the XCs is double copies of Cyber Dragon Nova, which is amazing. Nova is definitely a must-have to play at 2 of, especially to play on the Beeru. Card is just really, really good. Next off, of course, for your links, Verde Anaconda. Not only is it good for making Dragoons, but it's also really good to send cards like Overload Fusion to the graveyard, Cyberload Fusion, which is really good. So Verde is nice, the Amirage, mandatory. Link Spider is really important as well to play with the Nibiru token. So you turn a Nibiru token into Link Spider, and then you use Link Spider and another effect monster to make Verde Anaconda, which is really, really good, right? So Link Spider is insane. The one Seeger full TKs, and the one Relinquish Anima. This card is really good. Once you give your opponent the token, you can position the token under the extra mon zone. You make Anima, you bounce back that token, which is really, really good. So that's pretty much it for your links. Next off for your fusions, of course, double copies of Rampage. I am a huge advocate of playing 2 copies of this card. You don't need to play Mecha Bump. If your opponent the Beeru use anyways on the Nova, you'd rather bring out the Rampage, so that way that you can send Hurst, another monster, to recycle back your Cyber Dragon core for the following turn, right? So Rampage is just still really, really good. One Fortress Dragon. This card is great, especially with Zeus. You special summon any Cyber Dragon, and then you link Zeus and the Cyber Dragon for Fortress Dragon, which is insane. One Mega Fleet, only 1 copy of this. I never felt like 2 copies ever came up, you know, unless you're playing against Sky Strikers or Salmon Greats, but those decks are not meta relevant in today's format, so I felt like only 1 copy of Mega Fleet is far more than enough. And last but not least, of course, the god himself, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, drawn out for all the fusion monsters are playing in the extra deck. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. I feel like the main deck is absolutely perfect. Let's just start with the combo real quick. Alright guys, let's get started with the combo real quick. I'll showcase you guys 2 combos. One combo which is opening up with Core, and another combo with Core and also the God card, Machine Duplication. Before we get started with the combo, if you guys haven't gotten your new Cyber playmat, make sure you guys get it today in the link down below at ts1.com. This Cyber playmat is in double premium cloth edition, so it's a double-sided playmat. One side has Cyber Dragon, the other side has, of course, Infinity. Both are super duper gorgeous. Get your playmat today in the link down below at tx1.com. So what you can do is your normal core, activate core effect. You're gonna search Rev System. Sorry you're seeing. I know I abandoned you with this card, but I felt like this card is just really good, this format. And if you guys want to see a more in-depth combo tutorial, make sure you guys check out Yassine's channel for more combo tutorials on this deck, because Yassine is a Cyber Dragon master himself. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn Core into the Amirage, and now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna activate Rev System. Since you control Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, Core is treated as Cyber Dragon in the grave, okay? So always remember that, especially on that Core. Now using Core and also Amirage right here, you're gonna make Predator Plant Verde Anaconda. If you get another Cyber Dragon monster in the graveyard, you can activate Verde Anaconda to send Overload Fusion to the graveyard. You can activate, of course, Verde to summon, of course, Dragoon. Dragoon can pop cards on the field and attack for 3k. It's additional negate, and it's just off just 1 card. If you had another Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, instead of Dragoon, you can make Rampage Dragon, and then you can set up your plays even further, right? Which is absolutely ridiculous. So there are so many different routes you can go about this while having just literally a single Cyber Dragon core. This is why your going first matchup is so good, is because you get access to Dragoon literally with just 1 card. Alright guys, for the second combo is Core Machine Duplication, and I'm going to showcase you guys. You're going to end up with the exact same end board, even through Nibiru, the Primal Being. So without further ado, let's begin. So first and foremost, you're going to normal summon Core, activate Core's effect to search Rev System. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to activate Machine Duplication, target the Core to special summon 2 Cyber Dragons. So now you're going to turn Core into the Amirage, and now what you're going to do is that you're going to turn for your Nova, okay? Nova right here is going to be your 4th summon. So now at this point, you're going to try to force your opponent's Nibiru, because if you're forcing your opponent's Nibiru, you can actually burn your opponent for 3,000 on the very first turn. So what you're going to do is that for the 5th summon, instead of going into Infinity, we're actually going to activate Nova's effect to special max Cyber Dragon directly to your side of the field. So now at this point, they're forced to Nibiru if they had it. You summon this as your 5th summon, they do have Nibiru. You'll clear your entire board. Your board is going to get cleared. You're going to get a Nibiru token. You're going to get a Nibiru token right here. Cyber Dragon Nova will now trigger, okay, since it was sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect. Nova will activate its effect to special summon Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. So now what you can do is that you can activate Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon's effect. You can send the Hurst and Naxter, and once Hurst is sent to the graveyard, you can activate Hurst's effect to recycle back the core to your hand. And now what you can do is that you can turn the Beeru token that you got from your opponent into a Link Spider. And now what you can do is very simple. You can activate Rev System, Monster Reborn back as Cyber Dragon, and then you can overlay these two for your second Nova. And now you can activate Nova's effect to special back Cyber Dragon from the graveyard. And now what you can do is that you can overlay for Infinity on top of the Nova. And now you can use Cyber Dragon and Link Spider, link these two to the grave, to make Verde Anaconda. Activate Anaconda's effect, send the fusions to the graveyard, special summon Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which is really good. And now what you can do is that you can activate Dragoon's effect to pop the Beeru token. Now your opponent is down to 5,000. Now you can enter battle phase, attack with Dragoon, attack with Infinity, which is actually really, really good. So this is the combo that I would go towards to try to force out the Beeru, because you can play through the Beeru anyways, which is actually really, really good. But what happens if you go first? What happens if your opponent forces you to go first, right? So while going first, we're going to try to set up as many negates as possible with this deck right here. So what you're trying to do with this is very simple. You're going to normal summon Core. Core is going to activate its effect to search the Overflow directly from your deck to your hand. Now you're going to activate Machine Dupe to special summon 2 copies of Cyber Dragons directly from the deck. Now you're going to link into Core, into Amirage, and now you're going to go Cyber Dragon into the Nova, activate Nova to summon back the Cyber Dragon from your grave. And now what you're going to do is you're going to overlay the Nova for the Infinity, okay, which is very standard. And now using Cyber Dragon and Amirage, same play. You're going to make Predator Plant Verde Anaconda, Anaconda effect, send the fusions to the graveyard. So right here is your ideal going first board with Core and Machine Dupe. You want to try to set up like at least 3 Disruption, which is 2 cards, which is absolutely insane, right? So Overflow is just really good because you automatically have like, you know, 4 Disruptions with Overflow. Overflow can pop 2. Which is insane. Dragoon will negate 1, Infinity will also negate another. And that's pretty much for the deck profile, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give the video a huge thumbs up. That'll be absolutely amazing. Guys, remember, tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST, my deck box is being released at ImperiumDuelist.com. You guys can check it out in the link in the description box below if you guys are interested in that. Okay, only 200 of these will ever be made, so make sure you guys get this today in the link in the description box below. Tomorrow is the drop, alright guys? And also get your brand new Cyber Dragon playmat today in the link down below at tx1.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.
With this, I shall be victorious! Cyber Dragon Infinity arrives! It's over for you.
Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.